Beyond the crowded trails and storied landmarks lies a realm of hidden magic, where nature and mystery intertwine. These are the places the wind speaks of in hushed tones, the landscapes that feel plucked from dreams. These destinations aren't just unknown, they're unforgettable. Join us as we unveil 10 amazing places you've never heard of. Hidden in the northern reaches of Mexico's Yucatán Peninsula lies a vivid spectacle of nature, Las Coloradas Lagoon. What makes Las Coloradas so unique is its dazzling pink hue. This striking colour is not an illusion but the result of natural processes. The lagoon's shallow waters are rich in salt, and microorganisms like halobacteria and Dunaliella salina, which produce carotenoid pigments. When sunlight hits the water, these pigments create the brilliant pink tones that define the lagoon. The intensity of the colour changes depending on the time of day and season, making each visit a distinct experience. Early mornings and midday, when the sun is at its peak, often provide the most vivid display. Flamingos often visit Las Coloradas, their pink feathers matching the water. They eat the tiny shrimp and other creatures that live in the salty water. The trees around the lagoons are also important. Their roots provide homes for fish and crabs, and their branches are nesting places for birds. Las Coloradas shows us that beauty can be found in unexpected places, and even tough environments can support lots of life. Now we travel south to the dry but fascinating landscapes of Peru. Here, among the giant sand dunes of the Atacama Desert, is something that seems impossible, a green oasis called Huacachina. This small village, with only about 100 people, shows how resilient humans are and how important water is. A legend says the lagoon was made when a princess bathing in the desert was surprised by a hunter. As she ran away, the water she was bathing in became the lagoon, and her cloak created the dunes. While the legend is magical, the real reason is just as impressive. Huacachina exists because of underground water, which lets this small area thrive in the dry desert. Today, the lagoon is framed by lush palm trees and vibrant flora, creating a striking contrast against the golden sand dunes that stretch as far as the eye can see. This desert oasis is one of the few natural oases in the Americas, making it a rare and treasured location. Its surreal beauty has earned it a reputation as one of the most photogenic places in the world, drawing travelers, photographers and nature enthusiasts alike. Our trip now takes us to the Indian Ocean, about 200 miles from Somalia, to a place that seems lost in time. This is Socotra, an island so unique and isolated that it's called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. Separated from the mainland for millions of years, Socotra has amazing plants and animals found nowhere else. Its landscapes, shaped by wind and sea, look almost alien, with tall mountains and bright blue water. Along the coast, white sand beaches meet limestone cliffs, carved into amazing shapes by the waves. Inland, the island has granite peaks, deep canyons and green valleys. But it's the plants that make Socotra truly special. Over a third of its plants are endemic, meaning they only grow here. The most famous plant is the dragon blood tree. Its unusual umbrella shape helps it survive in the dry climate by shading its roots. When cut, it releases a dark red resin called dragon's blood, used for medicine and dyes for centuries. This special resin was once traded all over the world. But even though it's isolated, Socotra is facing challenges. Climate change, too many animals grazing, and invasive species are all threats. People are working hard to protect Socotra's unique plants and animals, so this natural wonder can survive. It shows us that even in faraway places, the balance of life can be easily disrupted. From the warm Indian Ocean, we travel north to the Arctic Circle, to the Lofoten Islands of Norway. Here, huge mountains rise straight out of the sea. These islands, shaped by glaciers long ago, are incredibly beautiful. Deep fjords, cut by ancient ice rivers, create a stunning landscape. Small fishing villages with brightly coloured houses cling to the steep slopes. For centuries, the people of Lofoten have lived by the sea, depending on it for their survival. The winters bring long nights and the magical northern lights. Green, blue and purple lights dance across the sky, lighting up the snowy peaks. But summer is when the islands really come alive. The sun only sets for a few hours each night and the waters are full of life. Huge groups of cod come south from the Barents Sea to lay their eggs. Fishermen have braved the dangerous seas to catch these fish for generations. Traditional wooden houses, once used by fishermen, are now all along the coast. Today, tourists come from all over to see the amazing scenery, hike the mountains and see the northern lights. Even with all the visitors, the Lofoten Islands are still peaceful and timeless. It's a place where nature is still in charge and the old ways of life continue. Our next stop is Namibia in southern Africa, to a place that is both beautiful and eerie. This is Deadvlei, a clay pan in the Namib-Naukluft National Park, a huge area of sand dunes and mountains. Deadvlei, meaning dead marsh, is a place where time seems to stop. Thousands of years ago, the Zauchab River flooded the area, allowing acacia trees to flourish. However, climate changes and shifting sands blocked the river's flow, cutting off the water supply. The trees died, yet their skeletons remain, preserved by the arid climate. What makes Deadvlei truly unique is its palette of colours and contrasts. The cracked white clay floor of the pan is set against the rich ochre dunes and deep blue skies. The blackened gnarled trees, some over 900 years old, create an eerie yet captivating scene. Surrounding Deadvlei are some of the tallest sand dunes in the world, reaching heights of up to 1,066 feet or 325 meters. The interplay of light and shadow on these dunes during sunrise and sunset is a photographer's paradise, creating scenes of unrivaled beauty. Deep in the Indian Ocean, on the green island of Mauritius, is something that seems impossible. This is Chamarel, home to the seven-coloured earth. Here, sand dunes shimmer in all sorts of bright colours. The colours, from deep reds and browns to bright yellows and purples, are from volcanic activity millions of years ago. As hot lava cooled at different temperatures, it created layers of rock with different minerals. Over time, weather and erosion revealed these layers, creating the beautiful colours we see today. Amazingly, even with lots of rain, the colours stay separate. This is because of the special sand. Made of tiny bits of rock, the sand naturally separates into layers based on weight and minerals, keeping the colours bright. The seven-coloured earth isn't still. The dunes, shaped by wind and rain, are always changing. Patterns appear and disappear, giving visitors a new view every time. Even more mysterious, the dunes seem to defy gravity. Even after heavy rain, the colours stay separate because the water drains through the sand. This, along with the amazing beauty, has led to many local legends about how the seven-coloured earth was made. While the science behind it is fascinating, there's no denying the magic of the seven-coloured earth. It shows the power of nature and reminds us that even in small places, incredible beauty can be found. High in the Canadian Rockies, among tall peaks and forests, is Abraham Lake. In summer, it reflects the blue sky, a peaceful lake mirroring the wilderness around it. But in winter, when it gets very cold, this quiet lake changes dramatically. A thick layer of ice covers the lake, but under the ice something amazing happens. Thousands of frozen bubbles create a beautiful display. These bubbles aren't magic, they're made by nature. As plants and animals decompose at the bottom of the lake, they release methane gas. This gas rises and gets trapped under the ice, forming these frozen towers. As sunlight shines on the ice, it creates a beautiful show of light and shadow. The frozen lake becomes a kaleidoscope of colours. But this beauty hides a danger. Methane gas is flammable, and the bubbles are a reminder of this. While the sight is amazing, visitors should stay a safe distance, respecting the power of nature. The frozen bubbles of Abraham Lake show us the hidden wonders beneath the surface. They show the complex processes that shape our planet, a beautiful display of nature's art. In Iceland, a land of fire and ice, is Gullfoss, a waterfall so powerful and beautiful that it's called the Golden Falls. It shows the wild forces that have shaped Iceland for a long time. Fed by glacial meltwater, Gullfoss drops in two stages over basalt cliffs. The first drop is a powerful torrent, falling 36 feet or 11 meters. The second drop, a stunning 69 feet or 21 meters, seems to disappear into the earth. This double drop, combined with the sheer volume of water, creates an awe-inspiring spectacle of mist and thunder. The canyon into which Gullfoss flows is just as dramatic as the waterfall itself. Carved over millennia by glacial and river activity, the canyon's steep walls provide a stunning backdrop, adding depth and scale to the already spectacular scene. In the early 20th century, plans were made to harness the waterfall for hydroelectric power. However, daughter of a local farmer, fought tirelessly to protect Gullfoss. Her dedication, which included threats to throw herself into the falls, led to the eventual abandonment of the project. Today, Gullfoss is a symbol of Iceland's commitment to conservation. It's a place where visitors can see the raw beauty of nature and be inspired by those who fought to protect it. Nestled in the northernmost tip of Palawan, often referred to as the last frontier of the Philippines, El Nido is a tropical haven that consistently ranks among the most beautiful places on Earth. With its pristine beaches, towering limestone cliffs, hidden lagoons and crystal-clear turquoise waters, it offers an unparalleled escape into nature's raw, untouched beauty. El Nido is part of the Barquet archipelago, a collection of 45 stunning islands and islets. These islands are surrounded by vibrant coral reefs teeming with marine life, making it one of the most biodiverse regions in the world. The dramatic limestone karst formations that rise from the sea are one of El Nido's defining features. These cliffs, carved over thousands of years of wind and water, create a surreal backdrop for the lush greenery and azure waters. Its untouched natural beauty, vibrant marine life and serene atmosphere make it one of the most amazing places on Earth. Our last place takes us to Southeast Asia, to the mountains of northwest Vietnam. Here, high in the clouds, is Sapa, a town as beautiful as the landscapes around it. Terraced rice fields cover the hillsides, creating a beautiful pattern of green. For centuries, the Hmong and Dao people have farmed these hills. Their unique cultures, from their colourful clothes to their lively markets, make this place even more special. Sapa is surrounded by the Hoang Lien Son mountain range, home to Phan Xipan, the highest peak in Vietnam at 10,326 feet, or 3,147 meters. Perched at an altitude of 4,921 feet, or 1,500 meters, Sapa enjoys a cool, temperate climate year-round. The mist that often blankets the mountains adds an air of mystery to the landscape, creating a dreamy atmosphere that invites relaxation and reflection. The town is a charming blend of colonial-era architecture and bustling modern markets. Its central square and stone church serve as gathering points for locals and visitors alike. Sapa is a place you won't forget. It's a place of natural beauty, rich culture, and exciting adventures. It reminds us that there are still places where time seems to stand still.